Our top story today from the gatewaypundit.com. My blood is boiling. Furious Elon Musk goes off on FEMA for blocking SpaceX engineers from assisting. FEMA is actively seizing shipments and blocking critical goods and services. We're covering this story and so much more here on the Gateway Pundit's Week in Review. My name is Elijah Schaffer, and this is the Gateway Pundit's Week in Review, where we cover the top 5 stories of the last 24 hours in around 10 minutes. My blood is boiling. Furious Elon Musk goes off on FEMA for blocking SpaceX engineers from assisting. FEMA is actively seizing shipments and blocking critical goods and services. Let's talk about this. Elon Musk is calling out Biden and the Harris FEMA as a fiery rant goes off on X, accusing them of actively obstructing humanitarian efforts in the wake of widespread devastation in North Carolina. In a series of explosive posts on X, the furious billionaire CEO revealed that his SpaceX engineers who are on the ground providing vital communications and supplies via Starlink technology are being blocked by FEMA from delivering life-saving resources to victims in Asheville and surrounding areas. According to Musk, SpaceX has already powered up 2 large operating bases for helicopters to deliver goods into the hands of those in desperate need. They've deployed more than 300 Starlink terminals, which have been critical in restoring communications for disaster-stricken communities. But instead of support, Elon Musk claims that FEMA has been nothing but a roadblock. Musk wrote on X, "Just received this note from a SpaceX engineer helping on the ground in North Carolina. FEMA is not merely failing to adequately help people in trouble, but is actively blocking citizens who try to help. Hey Elon, update here on the side of Asheville, North Carolina. We've powered up 2 large operating bases for choppers to deliver goods into hands. We've deployed 300 plus Starlinks and outpour. It has saved many lives. The big issue is FEMA is actively blocking shipments and seizing goods and services locally and locking them away to the state as their own. It's very real and scary how such things have been taken to control to stop people helping each other. We are blocked now on the shipments of new Starlinks coming in until we get an escort from the fire department, but that may not be enough." Now that's crazy, right? In a damning message from one of Musk's SpaceX engineers, the worker revealed the extent of FEMA's interference. According to him, FEMA is not only failing to provide adequate assistance, but is impeding his efforts to organize and help those in need. It's crazy what's happening with this blockage where FEMA is actually getting in the way of people. The reason why the government does this, it's a trauma relationship where they want you to rely on them. So you can't even go anywhere without an escort. That's insanity, right? The government says you can't help another American without their help. The government is just Americans. Am I wrong on that? Oh, wait, the US government isn't just Americans. It's also full of globalists, people with dual allegiance. We've got to be careful there as we talk about that. You can see the original tweet there from Elon Musk on X. You can follow him at Elon Musk. He probably needs another follower to add to his already 180 million. Now, speaking of that, Elon Musk also said, just received this text, and he brought this up. FEMA is both incompetent and stopping people from helping. How can I help? He says they shut down the airspace to regulate the private choppers we are riding in to deliver Starlink and supplies. We are pushing back with Trump team as well to help us, but not looking good. We need help to get the word out about FEMA. We spoke with Ivanka and handed out Starlinks with her yesterday, but FEMA then showed up and started blocking us. The largest concern for us here is the FAA throttling flights from our choppers where they are requiring to-from information and a mission now to deliver a discrete code. Doing this takes a long time and very cumbersome to the ops. This is the largest concern and most help we could use, but I appreciate. Now, that's concerning, to say the very least, that FEMA is blocking people from getting Starlinks, from getting access to the internet. It's mind-boggling that they would do this. You can see the amount of devastation as well as this chopper footage, which I'll mute here, shows the devastation. You can see the roads are completely wiped out. Homes were washed away. General Flynn was on Benny Johnson's show saying that he believes we're going to see over 2,000 dead. I hope it's not true, but I fear that this might be the reality that we're facing as the government is making a terrible situation already so much worse. Now, speaking of that, Amsterdam, New York business owners defy city's order and will not take down massive vote for Trump sign, announces massive pro-Trump party on Monday instead. Check that out. It turns out that this week's Sticker Mule CEO, Anthony Constantino, unveiled a massive $150,000 vote for Trump sign atop the tallest building. You know, I used to use Sticker Mule. I'm going to start using them even more now. I didn't realize they were a conservative company. That's good news. Just remember Sticker Mule. It's a good company. The sign is meant to symbolize American manufacturing coming back to America, with the location being a little fitting due to the factory building that's affixed on top of being vacant for over 40 years following the closing of Founds Brothers & Co., a glove manufacturer that shut down U.S. operations in 1984 and moved to China, decimating Amsterdam. But when Constantino bought Sticker Mule to the city in 2010, the things began to turn around and his company grew to be one of the largest in the printing industry. It began purchasing and revitalizing almost every functional manufacturing building in the city, bringing prosperity to the city, long riddled by despair and poverty. Now they are threatening to throw him in jail unless he removes the sign, which is located on his own property. It all began when a complaint from the city demanding it be removed, as reported by the Post Millennial. Our next story, Democrats are in panic mode over losing control of the U.S. Senate. This is bad. Mike LaChance reports. In addition to possibly losing control of the White House, Democrats are realizing that they may lose control of the U.S. Senate this fall, and panic is starting to set in among them. If the GOP takes control of the chamber, it would be a huge help to Trump should he win the presidency. Dems know this, and it's gotten them very nervous. Chuck Schumer would lose his role as majority leader. Wouldn't that be a shame? Red State reports that this is bad. Dems are in panic mode as new polls show Senate control is slipping from their grasp. New polling numbers out of the states of Ohio and Wisconsin are very good news for Mitch McConnell and very bad news for Chuck Schumer. Panic seems to be setting in for Democrats as they see their chances of retaining control of the Senate slip from their grasp. In Ohio, Democrat incumbent Sherrod Brown is consistently polling behind the Republicans' rival Bernie Moreno. Red State reported last week on polling from RMG Research that showed Moreno ahead of Brown by 48% to 46% margin. New polling out from Active Vote confirms Moreno's lead. Now, the Dems haven't completely given up on Ohio, with plenty of outside money being spent in the state by PACs, but a recent fundraiser appeal seems to confirm that the party is hitting the panic button. Apparently, this is really bad. Do you think that we're going to end up taking the Senate? Well, I'm hoping that we actually will, because even if they win the presidency, they won't be able to put anything through, any laws, basically, unless they do executive action. And that being said, you can watch as Kamala Harris turns into a bumbling robotic mess when her teleprompter malfunctions. It's absolutely amazing during her campaign rally. Before we talk about that, I want to remind you, I was just watching a recent film and I saw Chuck Norris. I thought, whatever happened to that guy? Then I ended up watching him online and I saw, oh my gosh, this guy's still kicking butt. Even weirder, he's 84 years old. I'm like, what in the world is this guy? How does he get so much energy? Well, apparently he changed just one important thing in his life. And he has that information for you right there below at chuckdefense.com/pundit. He changed just one thing. And him and his wife said they feel like they're 30 years younger. And I want to feel like that too. So if you're getting older, maybe you're lacking energy and you're like, maybe I want to be kicking rear end like Chuck Norris. Maybe I want to do something good with my time and I want to invest in my body and my health. Well, you can change this one thing, reminding you that his wife says she feels 30 years younger. Do you want to feel 30 years younger? Check it out today at chuckdefense.com/pundit, chuckdefense.com/pundit. Links in the description. Now, like I mentioned here, Kamala Harris was bumbling like an idiot. Listen.
Remember his number, 32. Until the election. So 32 days. 32 days. Okay, we got some business to do. All right. 32 days. And we know we will do it. And this is going to be a very tight race until the very end. We are the underdog.
We're the underdog? You're the incumbent. How are you that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. You know, we're the literal establishment, we're like this, the arm of the CIA. We're the underdog. Kamala, I don't think anyone thinks you're the underdog. And we think you're going to rig the election. Speaking of that, our last story, Democrat writes powerful career suicide note on why he is voting for Donald Trump. I want you to read this here directly on his site to the Democrats. This is my career suicide note, but it's also a thank you from someone who is done with careerism. I'm a lifelong member of our party and I'm voting for Donald Trump. Why? Well, it's not just your industrial scale, censorship, or your endless wars, or the fact that you disenfranchised millions of Kennedy voters through lawfare. If that were all I had, it would be sufficient in terms of conscience and rage. But there's more to the story than that you might not see. Your hatred and censorship has taught me to admire real Donald Trump and love my fellow working class Americans, and for that I thank you. This vote is for all the traumatized people who have been canceled and banished just for saying no to the establishment. The vote is the surveyor, the farmer, the HVAC man, the nurse, the hairstylist, the deadhead, the veteran. These are my fellow adjunct professors who have also told me that their stories about being bullied by the Democrats in their friend groups and family, their colleagues at work. You can read the rest of the story there directly at thegatewaypundit.com. But we salute you. genuinely for joining our side and joining the side of the working class. My name is Elijah Schaffer. Thank you for watching the Gateway Pundits Week in Review. Have a great rest of the week as always, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.